Hello, welcome to the elopement of Stephanie and Dan. We are up at Swans Island in Maine, the northeast of the US, and we just have Stephanie and Dan here today, and they're efficient later this evening during the ceremony. Wanted to give you an entire BTS of the whole process of photographing this elopement. Very, very special. Started this morning out over there down by the rocks, which we'll get to shortly, but I just want to give a little preface as to what today is. Gonna be shooting digitally and on film. Very unique circumstance. This island is kind of off the coast in the middle of nowhere. You have to take a ferry to get here, and we'll be shooting all day. So hope you enjoy. Today I'll be rocking an R5 and an R5C with my RF 50mm 1.2, 15 to 35 f2.8, EF 85mm 1.2, 45mm tilt shift, the EF version, so those two last lenses are adapted. Mamiya 645 AF, medium format, Portra 400, and Leica M6 with the Nocton 35mm f 1.4, and also Portra 400, and maybe the drone. And Stephanie's a photographer, so maybe some of her cameras too.
Super 8.
They have Super 8. Dan also has an M3. There's lots of cameras here.
And before we get started, just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor today. It is pic-time. I've been using pic-time for the better part of 5 years now for all of my photo delivery needs. I give all of my clients their photos through pic-time, where they can view, download, share, order prints. It's the one-stop shop for everything on the back end of all your photography. They're now including some video options, which is incredible, and some more to follow in the coming weeks and months on that. But later in this video, I'm going to touch on their new AI features in the gallery, which are pretty wild for wedding photographers and portrait photographers. If you have been eyeing pic-time for a while, you can use my code, all caps, Eric Floberg, to get 1 bonus month free with any paid plan. And I'll touch more on that other stuff later, but for now, enjoy this BTS.
So good. The light just keeps changing and
I know.
getting more and more glorious. Yeah, look up that way too. Yeah, both of you go ahead and look right at me. Yeah, beautiful. Big smile. Yeah. Put your heads together there. Yeah, like that. Yeah. Man, all the colors behind you too, my goodness. And just so you know, if you experience me being quiet, it's just that you're doing exactly what you need. And yeah, you'll come to realize that's a lot of my style. I just will let you do your thing, and I'm already picking up on every sense that you guys are phenomenal at posing. So if I'm not directing, it means we're good. Yep. Keep being absolutely adorable. Yeah. Excellent. Okay, can I have you guys come into this light right here by the grass? Because I'm going to do lighthouse behind you. Yep. And I want you guys to just be lit up right there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this will be really Wes Anderson, like centered. Very Wes Anderson. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Okay, go ahead and look out again above my head. Yep. Oh, this is just wild. Is it safe to walk on that thing? Yeah. Okay, let's get you right up there as well. Get this on film. I think there's enough light. Move. Excellent. Oh my gosh. I feel like a stalker right now. Yep, rock back and forth, kind of twist, yep. Sort of directed that way, but bring your eyes towards me. Let me see what that looks like. Yeah. Whoa. Oh, whoa. Keep holding that. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Another one. Dan, look at me. Stephanie, look towards the light. Yeah. And then could you just like grab his face with your right hand? Yeah, like that. Yep. And then look towards her now. Yep. Yep. Yeah. You can. Very editorial, kind of serious. Yeah, that's perfect. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Whoa. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay.
As a satire, that would probably be a great book.
One of the most powerful things you can do in any wedding is scene setting, but especially an elopement. In a place like this, in particular, images like this are such incredible fillers in the gallery, and if there's an album made or prints made, it just ties everything together. But I love this little slice of light in the window and the shed in the back. It's kind of insane. But just vignettes of the B&B, the art on the walls, shots of the rooms, and at the same time, it's not just scene setting. Like, these are nostalgic memories they get to latch onto, because it's not the case that they're taking photos of the bedroom, you know? They're like doing all the pretty stuff, but if you get all these like little vignettes that are really beautiful of the experience, changes everything.
I wanna be famous to you. I wanna be famous to you. If there's something in the water, I wanna drink too. I wanna be famous to you. Looking back, counting all the things I like. I was trying to fake life before the day was through. Colorblind, I was seeing black and white. You were lighting up the night and painting skies with blue. Whether you go, I hope that you know. I wanna be famous to you. I wanna be famous to you. If there's something in the water, I wanna drink too. I wanna be famous to you.
As we enter into this next chapter, this was the middle of the day as we were approaching the fine sand beach, walking through the woods. It's about a half-mile hike through the woods to get to the beach, but you'll notice that I really try to utilize any kind of backlight I can get. Now, a lot of noon, middle of the day light is top down, so if you have, well, in other months in the northern hemisphere, in the winter months, the light becomes more horizontal in the middle of the day. But as you're closer to the summer, it becomes higher in the sky as it moves across the middle of the sky. So it's really hard to shoot good photos because you get a lot of dark shadows in the eyes for portraits. And so any chance you can get to get in shade, cover, woods, or have any kind of backlight that's coming through, that's ideal. So you'll notice that I do that in some of the portraiture within the woods, but then even trying to backlight it in any way I can within the beach situation as well. So you'll see that I favor, as we go to the beach and face the water, the left side of the beach instead of front lighting them on everything. Okay. I kind of love the vibe. I'll do a lot of waist up, but yeah, I want to include it a bit just because it's such a good memory. Yeah. Absolutely wild.
Hand around my waist.
Beautiful. Lucas right there. This is not real. Kind of vibe. Yes. Mm-hmm.
You're so cute.
2, 1.
Oh, did you smile?
You're good. You're good.
You can do a serious
You
one.
want us to
It's
smile
just like
or
an
be serious?
instinctive reaction.
Okay,
I know,
yeah.
I know.
Okay, go so serious. And smile. You can smile. It's allowed. I think so. And then, Dan, let me see what it looks like if you take your right hand. You kind of did it before. Just kind of like rest it on the other side, other hand. So that one will go left pocket. Yep. And then just kind of like open it up and rest it on your stomach. Yeah, like that. And then take like 2 steps up for me. Yeah, that's good right there. I lied. Go back a little bit. Just want to get all the harsh light off your face. Yeah. Dashing lad.
2.
Heck yeah. Can you guys look either direction as well? Yeah. In there. And then, yeah, feel free to be like really aggressive with the movement. Yeah.
I can't wait for you to see that other dress.
I'll follow you as you go. Yeah. That's insane. You do a little spin there too? Little spin? Wait, hold up. Stephanie, look out that way. But I think, honestly, wait, let me see. Could you put your feet back to like towards him that way? Yep, and then turning, looking out that way. Yep.
I built a time machine. I'm going to see the homecoming queen.
Now, given the fact that I did a bunch of details earlier in the day, that was, you know, prefacing what the day was, I still wanted to get a few photos of them getting ready before the ceremony, but it was going to be redundant if we just stayed in there and shot more of that. So we decided to go out a bit, venture out and get some more establishing shots, get some more context for the island and what it felt like to be there. So first and foremost, Dan and Stephanie, they could go back and look at these images and be reminded of the landscape and how beautiful it is. But also for the viewer, like if you were to do a blog post or send this gallery to potential clients, they can see that you show the scenery, that you do this all-encompassing coverage of what it felt like to be there.
How goes it?
Oh, it's great. We're in that middle ground of the day. We took a lunch break, did some editing for their little surprise at the end of the night, which is gonna be awesome. Stick around to the end to see that. But we went over at 3 o'clock just to like do started getting ready because their ceremony's at 5, and Stephanie was like, yeah, there's really nothing to photograph, so if you guys want to just like head out, shoot some other stuff. So we're just kind of like bopping around and getting some vignettes of the town, some of the lobster crates and fun stuff. So good scene, another good scene setting, good for like a blog post, that kind of stuff. And we'll head back at like 4:30. How's it going?
I'm just seeing, what am I
Witnessing?
witnessing?
We're photographing and filming an elopement on the island.
I had to take my boat across the Bass Harbor,
Okay.
and I had to come here at 4:30 in the morning because the blue moon,
Yeah.
the tide is about 1.5 foot more than it ever is,
Wow.
and my boat is on the float over
Yeah.
there, and it was just leaning the other day, so I said I'm not going to be able to get there at 9 o'clock if I can't get it off the walk, you know.
Yep.
So I got here at 4:30, backed her out, went to Bass Harbor, and yeah,
Excellent.
finally made it back home, and it's fixed. Keys all working, everything's peaking to beat. So yeah,
Amazing.
It was a good day.
Good stuff.
Tomorrow's supposed to be foggy, and I don't like fog out there lobstering with glasses because I can't see without my glasses.
Yep.
It's one of them kind of things. You know?
Yeah. Did you hear the accent on that guy? Man. This is just living right here. Hope that mic picked him up. We gotta include all that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Unfortunately, this happens in elopements a lot. Like they went to City Hall and there was a 75-year-old woman doing the paperwork, and she, I don't know, spent 2 hours trying to get their marriage certificate all set. So, yeah, it was a little stressful for them. That's when we were on lunch break, but they had an officiant lined up. She was also, I believe, 75, and her sister came into town, so she's like, I can't marry you guys anymore. So they had to find somebody else. That guy thought it was tomorrow. He found out from them that it's actually today. He said he can do today, but we have no idea what he's gonna be like, so we'll find out. They're like, really, they want to do their vows at Blue Hour in the water at the sand beach that we were at earlier. So to them, that's like way more their wedding than the formal ceremony will be with Greg, was it?
Gary.
Gary. Keep calling him Greg. Gotta make sure I call him Gary. We'll see how Gary is, and yeah, we're stoked for a really beautiful evening. Golden hour into Blue Hour is gonna be insane. And then hopefully we'll get some late night stuff as well, some long exposure stuff, and call it a day. Gotta slowly keep pushing it.
Not as smooth as Joe.
Before we jumped into the ceremony, I made sure that we had the sunlight behind them so that they weren't front lit in this vignette. We chose this area because it was just this beautiful fall off into this cliff into the ocean, and all the evergreens behind them, positioning them in between the tree lines. There was a little section of evergreens to their left, and then the hill over to the right, or the coast over to the right, was this nice little section where they could fit in between the two tree lines with the sea behind them.
She told me all we had is trading cards and common sense. Nothing that's worth keeping to yourself. Shadow lanes and Roosevelts, souvenirs upon the shelf. Name the days and seasons as they fell. Quiet on the waterline reminds me of a simpler time. Beauty and letting go, skipping stones and marigolds, talking for a memory. Remind me of what used to be. Beauty and letting go, skipping stones and marigolds.
As promised, I wanted to touch on the new feature that you can find within pic-time. It is their vendor section. If you are a wedding photographer, you know that game of vendors asking for images, and you know how difficult it can be sometimes with giving them download codes and them figuring out how to do all that stuff. And now pic-time has this integration where you can select the vendor. So if you have their email, you can select them as a vendor within the gallery and delineate what kind of vendor they are based off of pic-time's list. Now with that, their AI tool will actually go through your images in the gallery and select which images are associated with their vendor type. So if it's a florist, it's going to pull all the images of florals and make a curated little section for them to download, which is unbelievable. That's obviously what vendors want, because they don't want all the portraits or any of the other peripheral stuff. They want the images that they want to use for their social media. With that as well, pic-time also has templates and what to do for that vendor, how they're allowed to use the images, and gives them all of that for you, so you don't have to worry about that at all. It's incredible for when you're shooting weddings at volume, especially if you're shooting like city weddings like I do in Chicago as well. And it's a great way to be able to connect with those vendors so that they then book you or help you get booked with other clients in the future of theirs. It's a great way to market yourself and take care of the community within whatever city or region you're in. There's a gazillion other features that I've talked about in previous videos and will talk about in the future regarding pic-time, with print orders and automations and all that stuff. You can go check it out for yourself. As I said in the beginning of the video, you can use my code, all caps Eric Floberg, to get 1 bonus month free with any paid plan. Thank you so much, pic-time, for sponsoring this video.
To yourself.
Now, I noticed after we got out of the lighthouse that there was a lot of clouds on the horizon as the sun was starting to get lower to the horizon. And I realized, well, we actually might not have very much direct sunlight through this golden hour. And I realized that the sun was actually about to dip behind that set of clouds. And so I kind of rushed us over to that grassy area and that cliffside by the boathouse, where then we got these beautiful images before the sun actually did end up dipping behind the clouds and then not coming back at all. And sometimes it can feel really frustrating when that happens. You were imagining this beautiful golden hour where you have a glorious sunset and, tasty light for the entire evening, but you have to roll with the punches given the circumstances, what nature gives you. So then I really started leaning into more of that moody and dramatic feel as the clouds kind of rolled in and blue hour almost started to set into 2 hours of blue hour. And that's really just embracing, again, what the day felt like and communicating that in images instead of trying to manipulate what you wanted it to be or how you wanted it to look. This isn't a commercial shoot. This is a wedding. This is a real life event. So you have to capture it the way it happened. It's hard to quantify what things mean when you're just kind of shouting into the void on the internet. Because, when you want to say something meaningful, you do. And it's received by comments and stuff. But, yeah, those are the real, manifestations of real effects on people. And it can be so niche within this. So much of my clientele is becoming creative people as well, who I've had the privilege of helping or inspiring. And so to see that so manifest on Stephanie and Dan's wedding day, that it could bring that much meaning is unbelievably powerful. And if that's not proof that like what we do impacts people's lives, they can that much. Now, arguably the most important and special part of the day is when Dan and Steph did their personal vows in the water at Blue Hour. So this was the plan all along. We wanted to go back to that fine sand beach. We scoped it out the day before, and they wanted to go up to knee or waist deep in the water and read their personal vows to each other. I thought it was incredibly special. I knew it would be insanely romantic. But the light started dipping a whole lot sooner than we thought it would. So I knew I would really need to lean into this really dramatic Blue Hour, dark, really vibey perspective. But the truth was, even with a prime lens of 51.2, I had to shoot at ISO 5000, which is not a clean image. You get a lot of chromatic noise. You get a lot of other noise on that image, and it looks pretty messy when you bring it into Lightroom. Now, thankfully, Lightroom has the setting to denoise those images. It just takes a while. It takes, I don't know, probably 30 to 60 seconds per image to stabilize it, to get rid of that noise. But I was able to get a clean image out of all of this set, even though it took a while doing it over about 50 images. And a fun story, Dan revealed to us after that a crab was actually crawling up his leg while he was delivering his vows. And Cyrus was shooting video alongside me, obviously, and he had a bit of a freak out moment when he realized a crab was crawling up his ankle. So we had a couple moments where we might have been freaking out a little bit because of the wildlife around us.
When my skin is dead, or my sickness fills the air, in my silent final prayer, my heart is yours if your body creeps, and your broken bones are fears. No matter the years, my heart is yours.